I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Warren City Council for January 2026. Will you please rise? Join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mrs. Leary, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Ms. Flasher? Here. Mrs. Casey? Here. Mr. Katzman?
Present.
Mr. Gilbert?
Here.
Mr. Champlin?
Here.
Mr. Bilella?
Here.
Mayor Wortman?
Here.
Ms. Jakowski? Here. We have a quorum of all 7 council members in attendance.
Great, thank you very much. I'd just like to note an executive session was held immediately prior to this meeting for the purpose of discussing potential litigation relating to the provision of EMS services and the purchase of real property. I'd also like to take the opportunity to welcome everybody here with us tonight. Tonight we have Delaney Chase with the Warren Times Observer, Lisa Siliano, and we have Rocco Siliano. We have Krista G. Baxter, and I do believe we have Sally Beckerink on Zoom. So thank you very much for spending your evening with us here tonight, and look forward to further conversations throughout the evening. At this time, I'd also like to open up the floor to anybody that would like from the public to address the council on any item that is not on the agenda. Routine part of the meeting. Okay, so hearing none, we'll move on from that agenda item. So that puts us at a motion to approve the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda, please? So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question, comment, or debate on that? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor vote aye. Aye. All those opposed vote nay. That passes unanimously. Next agenda item, is there any motion to amend the agenda? And if so, a statement or purpose therefore.
I'd like to ask the solicitor, I was told that the state has changed that, taken away the de minimis for anything that is to be amended to the agenda. And I was wondering if you could research that for us and take a look at it, please.
Yes,
Okay,
so I will do that and report back.
thank you. Now I'll make a motion not to amend the agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion not to amend and a second. Any question, comment, or debate on that? All those in favor vote aye. Aye. All those opposed vote nay. It also passes. Okay, as part of your council packet, you have the meeting minutes from the regular meeting from December 15th. And you also have the meeting minutes from the January 5th organizational meeting. Any amendments to said meetings? We have a correction. And I'm sorry. Yep, we have a corrected meeting minutes for. And that is for the January 5th meeting. So there's an amended meeting minutes there for the January 5th organizational meeting.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Villela.
I'll make a motion that we approve both sets of minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any question, comment, or debate on that?
Just to be clear, we're approving the amended minutes. Oh, it wasn't stated, so.
Well, they weren't amended. We got a new set of minutes.
Correct.
So nobody has amended them per se.
Corrected minutes.
Corrected minutes, not amended in spec.
I should have used the word corrected.
Any other question, comment, or debate? All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
All those opposed vote nay. Okay, that also passes unanimously. At your table there, we have included, we had the great fortune at the city to receive on January 12th, correspondence from the governor's office through the DCNR. So I'll just read the first couple lines of this is pertaining to the Mulberry grant application. On behalf of Governor Josh Shapiro, I'm writing to congratulate you on the grant award in the amount of $500,000, the Community Conservation Partnership Program administered by the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, DCNR. Funding for projects come from a variety of sources, including the Keystone Recreation, Parks and Conservation Fund, Environmental Stewardship Fund, ATV and Snowmobile Management Restricted Accounts, Pennsylvania Heritage Area Program, and the Federal Land and Water Conservation Fund and Recreational Trails Program. Bottom line is we were fully funded at $500,000 from the state of Pennsylvania to participate in the restoration and refurbishment of the Mulberry Playground, of which we have a number of community partners that are also going to be participating in that project. It's a great, good news story, and wanted to share that with the rest of the council. And you have an opportunity to thank your counterparts at the DCNR or the state of Pennsylvania. Please take every opportunity to do that as well. And again, just a lot of fantastic work on behalf of staff, putting in the time and the effort to put together the grant application and shepherding that through the process. And obviously there's a great outcome, and it'll be even a better outcome when that $500,000 and more based on the participation for that project comes to fruition, and we have a fully up and operational Mulberry Park playground, etc. So great job, everyone. Appreciate all of it. So any questions or comments on that? I'm going to actually pause there for a second because I know that staff was intimately involved with that, and or if there's any additional questions for Mr. Holtz.
Just to let council knows how this works, there'll be a contract in a couple of months that comes to the city council for their official approvals. The match was already secured. We pledged $250,000, which will be budgeted in 27. The other $250,000 came from a couple of the community partners. The DeFreeze Foundation and the Community Foundation funded the other $250. We'll start drawing up the plans. We will bid it, first part of January of 27, and we will build the park next year. So it's kind of like a Lacey 2.0. That's really what it's going to be. So, and before I finish, it's a lot of money. A few $100,000 of that money you won't really see. It's for tiling the hill and fixing the drainage, because that's part of the problem with Mulberry Park. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so I know there was a survey and I know there were results from that. Do we think we're in a good enough spot to start moving forward with design? Did we get all of those answered based on community feedback for all the elements, or is that yet to be determined?
Yeah, usually, the elements were, when we write the grant, we do it at a high level. It's basically it's a total redo. It's basically like Lacey. You get off-street parking, you get a pavilion, restrooms, basketball court, an actual playground. Yes, that's it. Playground. And there's a lot of room there with the drainage project. You should put a T-ball field in or something field too. It's a very large piece of footprint. The last playground in the city literally also had a facelift. So once that's done, every playground is less than 10 years old, which is kind of amazing in itself. So,
Any other
good park?
Any other questions or comments concerning that? Okay. move on to the next two pieces of business, which I think are probably going to be the highlight of the night. The first one, I want to take an opportunity to recognize a young man, Rocco Siliano, and I'm going to ask him to come forward. And I'm actually going to move a couple of these chairs. Anybody would like to take a photo or not? Kylie is working diligently with the city council as our junior council person to give us an opportunity to recognize excellence within our schools and with Warren Area High School, recognize the students for academic, extracurricular, athletic achievements, good citizenship, the whole business. And Rocco, who I know for a lot of years, fits all the above. And it's a really great opportunity to recognize him and his contribution, not only to the school, but his peers, the community, the church, and it's just a great opportunity. So I don't want to miss anything. I am going to take the opportunity to go through, the cheat sheet a little bit, but very involved with his church activities at St. Joe's, all the sacraments within the Catholic Church, leader at the Vacation Bible School, and an employee of the St. Joseph's after school program, which passing that down to the younger generations and, his involvement with that. For over 15 years, he's been a team captain within dance and a teacher assistant for 6 years, a dance teacher and choreographer, just incredibly busy, incredibly successful within the dance community. And I think it's just a wonderful way to continue to be able to give back to those that are coming behind him. Within school, student council, 4-year member, currently the vice president, Key Club, 4-year member, secretary. So he's filling leadership roles within some significant student-led organizations, which is just fantastic. This one, I really love, the National Honor Society, 3-year member, senior AP classes, chemistry, calculus, government, physics. I don't know how you have time to do anything else besides all those 4 things, which if I can remember way back when, I might have had one of those and it took all my time. I don't know how you do 4. Additionally, babysitting, job shadowing at the Warren General Hospital. And I just think, everything that you've done, throughout your 10 years so far, and you have another semester left your senior year, and we wish you all the very best. But most off, we just want to recognize the excellence with everything that you've been participating in. We have a certificate of appreciation and recognition of outstanding scholar and citizen. So Rocco Siliano, for your dedication to academic excellence, school leadership, school extracurricular activities, commitment to his church, including youth leadership roles, and devotion to the art of dance. Signed, David Wortman, Mayor of City of Warren. So, Rocco, thank you so much. Thank you. Lisa, if you want to, come up and maybe get a picture with Lisa, his mom, and I'll turn the floor over to you. I'm not going to put you on the spot. You don't have to, but if you would like to say a word or two, that'd be great. Or not, or be fine.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. This means a lot to me, and I love being involved in all these things in a town like Warren. So it feels great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Then you just go. Great. Oop, I'll give you that one. That one's closest to you.
Thank you.
We also have a great opportunity to take the time to learn a little bit more about one of our great businesses within the city of Warren. So Krista Baxter is here with us tonight with Healing Beauty. So I would love to invite you forward also, and if you want to usually, stand at the podium, but introduce yourself and talk to us a little bit about your business and city of Warren. And yeah, that'd be great.
Hi, everybody. I'm Krista Baxter. I have a shop on Pennsylvania Avenue, and I own a product line of hair, makeup, and skincare products. And it's called Healing Beauty by Krista G. And yeah, it's going really well.
Go ahead, Danielle.
Krista, I'm so happy that you're here. How do you provide services? Can someone walk into your shop and buy things? Do you do any consultations to like get the right skincare for your needs? Like how does your whole business work when it comes to like healing beauty as a whole?
Yeah, my services are range from hair coloring to waxing to eyelash lifting to hair color, men's haircuts, little kids haircuts. We kind of do everybody. It's appointment only, but if you want to come in and schedule an appointment, you can. The best way to reach me is either text. You can also go on shophealingbeauty.com and there's a little text box, and you just click on book now, and then you'll get my assistant, and then she'll book you an appointment, a consultation, anything that you need. I also do weddings as well. So
Where are you located on Pennsylvania Avenue?
I am on 112 Pennsylvania Avenue East, right next to CVS.
I'd like to make a comment though that I know just based on conversations with you outside, from Warren County, but you moved away and you came back and
Yes.
chose to do business here. And so I greatly appreciate that. And it's wonderful to have you in our business community. But maybe if you wanted to update the rest of the council on, what was that like for your experience moving away and coming back?
Moving away from Warren was very exhilarating. I graduated from Warren Area High School. And so I went from Warren Area High School to Pittsburgh Beauty School, Empire Beauty School. And then I had an opportunity to work with a film school out there doing hair and makeup in Los Angeles under a cinematographer in his school. He was running. And it was a really good experience to get a lot of experience and know a lot of people in LA and work on set and do various things with various artists. And then I came back home to be with my family. They have a little farm in Warren. And it was just really humbling to say the least, but also one of the sweetest things, I think, to come back home and see my family and my friends that I grew up with.
How long have you been at that location with your business?
About a year
About a year?
now. Mhm.
Okay. And things are going well for you in terms of the business?
Yeah, really well. Better than ever. Yeah.
Where were you beforehand, before being in the city?
Before I was in Warren, I was in Clarendon, and I had a little shop there. It was very cute too. But this one's nicer, I think. I like them both, but I really like the parking and everything. So
Being in the city, you're not having an issue with parking or?
yeah, there's no issue with parking. I have my own parking lots right next to CVS, so the location is perfect and it's easy to see because of my sign is right out front.
It looks nice, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So what can the city do better that from your perspective as a business owner to support or advance the interests of small business within the city? Is there anything that sticks out that
I don't know. Make more posts on social media, maybe. I don't know. Social media is huge right now, It's definitely taking us to different places, You can be in a small town and still get everywhere, with social media. So I think that your presence is pretty big. And even if you're a small business, just establishing a name on, Warren Business of Chambers and Industry, like it's huge to see your name there, or like anywhere, just to promote each other. I think promoting small businesses is huge. A lot of people don't know what we're up to. There's a lot of things going on inside that we kind of need the help to get across to everybody else. So if I could suggest one thing, it would be that.
a good suggestion? I know we talk a little bit about different things relative to the social media presence and websites and how to get messages out. But we continue to, that's good to know. Good to hear.
Yeah, the
from your
marketing is
perspective
huge.
as well. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions?
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know it's a really difficult, cold night out there, but thank you so much for spending some time with us, and best of luck with your business, and look forward to continued success.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, getting to the business part of the agenda, just a couple items on that part of the agenda. We'll move, get the right paperwork here. So agenda item 8A, proposed resolution, affirmation of 2026 contribution to talk. Mrs. Byler, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The city is one of many organizations from which the Transit Authority of Warren County seeks funding. The city's contribution is utilized as matching funds for state funding. As part of the state funding application, it is necessary for TALK to submit a city resolution affirming the amount of the contribution to TALK as provided for in the 2026 municipal budget, and further affirming the contribution will be provided prior to the June 30th, 2027 close of the state fiscal year. The 2026 contribution check has been mailed. I believe that was on the 15th or 16th. Action requested is council's consideration and motion regarding the resolution affirming the city's 2026 contribution to TALK. Enclosed is the proposed resolution.
Thank you very much. I know we only have a couple folks left on the meeting, but would anybody like to talk specifically about this agenda item? Okay. Hearing none, we will turn the issue over to the floor.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Villela.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution affirming the city's 2026 contribution to talk.
Okay.
We have a motion and we have a second. Any other question, comment, or debate? Mrs. Leary, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Ms. Fleischer?
Yes.
Mrs. Casey?
Yes.
Mr. Cashman?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Champlin?
Yes.
Mr. Villela?
Yes.
Mayor Workman?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Great, thank you very much. Agenda item 8B, proposed resolution, multimodal transportation grant funding application. Mr. Urisic, please.
Thank you, Mayor. It is the intent of city staff to submit a funding application to the PADOT Multimodal Transportation Fund Grant Program. If approved, the grant funds will be utilized to conduct a streetscape improvement project in the 400 block of Pennsylvania Avenue West between Hickory and Poplar Streets, and would include street rehabilitation, utility relocation, new light poles and bases, electric panels and wiring, tree replacements, including structural soil and cast iron tree grates, curbing, ADA curb ramps, slab removal over sidewalk vaults and filling of those vaults, new sidewalks with brick inserts, and new planters and benches. The grant application will be for 70% of the estimated project cost, with a 30% match required. An opinion of probable cost was developed and estimates the total construction cost of the project at $2,606,696. Therefore, the application for grant funding will be in the amount of $1,824,687. If the grant is awarded, the city will include the matching funds for the 30% match in future budgets. Action requested is council consideration and motion regarding the resolution authorizing submission of a PADOT Multimodal Transportation Fund grant application in the amount of $1,824,687 to be utilized for the Pennsylvania Avenue West 400 block streetscape project. Closed is the resolution, opinion of probable cost, a commitment letter, and the project area map.
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, I'd also like to, at this time, open up, is there anybody in the public that would like to address the council on this agenda item? Hearing none, we'll turn it over to the floor for further action or debate.
I just have a question. Will any of the property owners along that stretch, are they going to provide any funding, or are they required to participate financially? Obviously, they benefit financially. Specifically, the filling their vaults. I would think most of those property owners would consider that a benefit to their property. Are they expected to participate or pay anything, or is it?
Historically, the grant funding has always covered those costs, so there were no costs to the property owners involved in the projects.
Any additional questions, Mr. Champlin?
Oh, no, that's the end of my question.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else from council?
He was answering.
Have questions or comment? Mr. Villela?
So this is the extension of the streetscape project, right? That was done on the 200 and 300 block, or the 300 block. This has always been the plan, right? Is to continue moving in this direction.
The plan is to, obviously, the plan has been to do the 400 block and then obviously fill in the missing tooth between the roundabout and Liberty. This one is, this particular streetscape block is the easiest of all of them because there's no buried utilities. It's only the building side, not the river side. So it is one of the easier ones. This is also the third time we've submitted this grant. I think maybe even four. But we have gotten better where we put this grant together quickly, we brush it up, we make it better each year. But we hope we get it. We will talk about the match later. It's one of those. This is, of all the grants we apply for, this is one of the ones we hope.
It would be a nice supplement to a lot of those business owners in that block have done a lot of facade improvements on their own over the years. I've watched it kind of evolve kind of individually over time. I think the Moose just got theirs repainted.
Well, they both are. The 200 block and the 400 block.
Considering their age, they're not that bad. To give the city a little bit of credit, they're actually not that bad. But I remember when they were concrete, like those.
Yeah, we've done some patch and we've refixed some of the planners and done some. We've done stuff.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where we'll let you know.
True.
Mr. Cashman?
No, I just was.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Fingers crossed. So would anybody like to make a motion on this agenda item?
I'll make a motion that we approve this agenda item as presented.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional question, comment, or debate? Mr. Villela?
Not necessarily on this topic, but it feels like the appropriate time. I know we had some coverage on this during budgetary hearings, but could I request for February that we get an update on all of the grant monies and the previously assigned projects? I know we might have to shuffle at some point.
Yes, yes, we can do that.
Thank you.
The one we have now is the document we just worked on the last month. It's in decent shape.
Okay, any additional questions, comment, or debate? Mrs. Leary, will you please call a roll?
Ms. Fleischer?
Yeah.
Mrs. Casey?
Yes.
Mr. Cashman?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Champlin?
Yes.
Mr. Villela?
Yes.
Mayor Bergman?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Great, thank you very much. Agenda item 8C, proposed resolution, disposition of non-permanent records. Mrs. Leary, please.
The city previously declared by resolution its intent to follow the schedules and procedures for the disposition of non-permanent records as set forth in the Municipal Records Manual of the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. In accord with PHMC guidelines, council must acknowledge each disposition of records by separate resolution. The action requested this evening is council's consideration and motion to approve the proposed resolution providing for the disposition of non-permanent records. And the enclosed item is the proposed resolution.
Thank you very much. Again, would anybody like to speak to this agenda item from the public? Hearing none, turn it over to the floor. Yeah. Anybody on council want to take action? Mr. Valella?
I would make a motion that we approve the proposed resolution as presented.
Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. Any further question, comment, or debate? Mrs. Leary, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Ms. Lasher?
Yes.
Mrs. Casey?
Yes.
Mr. Cashman?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. Champlin?
Yes,
Mr. Valella?
Yes.
Mayor Wortman?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, that brings us to agenda items 9, committee updates. Mr. Rossi, Comprehensive Plan Task Force, please.
We have no update at this time. The task force is not meeting in January, but their next scheduled meeting is February 4th.
Was the carryover question I had from, I guess it might have been December or November, just in terms of where we are with the signage process and
For the wayfinding sign,
the wayfinding sign.
kiosks, everything has been submitted to Advantage Signs. And I was in conversation with the owner. They will have a timeline for us probably by the February meeting, but they still anticipate having everything constructed and in our hands for installation in early spring.
So we're still looking at the spring
early
install
May.
piece.
Yes.
Great. Great. Okay. Is there a council of governments meeting?
There was
There was.
just last week.
An update.
Aside what was the normal, just a couple of key things. Winterfest is February 7th. The Friends of the Chapman's Dam pulled us together, so they're gonna continue that. I think you did the polar bear plunge one year, didn't you?
I did. I'm still cold.
Okay. I'm gonna say they might need you again. And the other thing was that and Savannah might be able to talk to this, WCCBI was looking for some commercial and industrial land to market and use along the housing study. So if you know anybody in surrounding municipalities that has any vacant commercial or industrial zoned land that they're looking to, I don't know, do something with it, to let some of the chamber know. I don't know if it's you or Jim or
Joint effort, but yeah, if somebody has anything on the radar, it's twofold. We're looking to finish compiling a comprehensive list of commercial properties. One, so that we know if somebody comes to us seeking what's available, and then two, if you are a person looking for commercial space, to remember to reach out to us because we have a pretty comprehensive countywide list, working with our realtors and key partners. So
yeah, and then the commissioners gave an update on the radio tower project they've been working on. Long story short, basically we're upgrading our emergency service towers, and they've got a couple leases drafted that they're working on executing. So we'll get some EMS radio where we haven't had it before. So hopefully that will make us all a little bit safer. We spent a majority of the meeting talking about Bureau Veritas and building codes. That was more for the other municipalities, not so much for us. But a couple of things. The legislative committee is still looking for members, and they wanted me to I'm looking at you, sorry. Bringing it to this table. If anybody would be interested in joining the legislative committee on COG, they are looking for some members. If you're interested, reach out to Troy Clausen. He's more than happy to answer your questions. And then the other thing is that Paul Pascuzzi, the chair of COG, has mentioned our COGs are going to get a little bit more activity. His words, not mild, more informative. And so I think next month we are looking at just having a discussion on local services tax. So keep an eye out for the minutes. If you're interested in attending, by all means attend. But we've gotten some new elected officials, and I think they're trying to make it call a little bit more educational. So we'll see. I don't know if you have anything to add, Mike.
One other thing, just from an administrative, the COG did some formalizations about a year or two ago. We should, so it appears in the minutes, someone should make a motion to appoint Danielle Flasher as our delegate. They want to see those in the minutes, so that has the voting power.
So moved. I move that we do we appoint or nominate, or what are we
We
doing?
can make a motion to appoint Danielle Flasher as the city of Warren's
Appoint
delegate
Danielle.
to the Warren County COG.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor vote aye.
Hi.
All those opposed vote nay.
I didn't think there would be a.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was really sweating about it because I actually really like the COG. And then as a community engagement, we didn't really have a report. Now that the holidays are over, we'll regain meeting, start planning our next Student Government Day event. But also, if there's anything in the county that you're aware of that you think the engagement committee would be good for or could assist with, just let myself or Jenny Phillips know, and we'd be more than happy to show up. But that was COG in a nutshell.
The other, it's a small tidbit is, the Bureau Veritas, who already does us in Conowingo Township, will probably, and Youngsville Borough actually already signed with them, and they might capture a fair amount of other townships, but we might eventually get a proposed contract be under an umbrella with all of these, and the reason for that is the county is the appeals board, which we've had like 2 appeals like in 6 years. They're always sprinkler systems, but we might eventually get one where you have an appeals board for everybody, because I will tell you, getting an appeals board is a difficult task. Because you have to be qualified, you have to have resumes, you have to have building and engineering. So, but more and more to come on that. We have done an appeal for like 3 years, 4 years.
That is under the works of discussion with COG. Is they basically asked if they wanted to have one collaborative agreement and have everyone sign on versus having 10 individual ones. And so that's currently what's being mulled over.
That'll probably come about a year now.
Yeah, if it comes that far, yeah.
So more to come on that.
Okay. Mr. Jurassic, Chad, do you have anything, updates on the riverfront progress?
A few weeks ago, the Commonwealth Finance Authority announced the grant recipients for the local share account grants, which was one of the grants we were waiting on. Unfortunately, the city was not successful in receiving that grant. However, we are still awaiting the ARC grant award, which is anticipated around the April-ish timeframe. So sometime this spring, we hope to hear on that grant award.
And can I ask a follow, just to clarify, the grant that was not awarded, what was the ask?
That was a $1 million ask, which is the same that we had applied for ARC.
Did they turn you down? Did they turn us down? Not you. Did they turn us down because they're not awarding up to $1 million?
That's a highly competitive grant program that can be political at times.
We actually downloaded, and I should have done this last year, we downloaded all the winners of the grants for the LSA program. And yes, your point is well taken. The majority of these awards are $50,000 to $100,000. They're for many townships got a truck to plow snow. I didn't see too many awards over $1 million for a big, huge project. We've decided the LSA grant is targeted for
Little guys.
little things. It's sort of, anybody that's been around a long time, years ago, the politicians used to have what they called wham money, or walking around money, where they would hand out money more easily, and that's what's turned into the LSA grant. So they are highly political grants as well. You need to get a lot of backing to get those.
There's not a huge match required.
That's what's great. There's absolutely no matchups. They get think they give out, I think it was like 15 million, they got like 100 million worth of requests. It was the most lopsided request of the awards. So we're gonna be better applying for those. There'll be much smaller trinkets and do some research before we put them in.
Are we planning another public session for the riverfront?
We are, and I
Okay.
know you pretty
Okay.
dates, so we're still mulling through some of the dates, and we'll get that out to you sooner than later.
Those are so
We
fun.
talked about at the staff level, we have thought of having that maybe on site. Just because it did more good. Of course, the thing with that is you want to wait till it's not.
Springtime session's always good. Get us home, get us done. Maybe see a duck.
You won't have it next week. It's a little cold.
Yeah.
Warren Works is on here. There was not an executive
No, we had,
meeting of the Warren Works, so I don't have an update there,
the
but
Warren executive meeting is actually next Tuesday, the 27th at 8 AM. There's always an open meeting. Last week, and of course, Savannah now, she was there both up, and we had two subcommittee meetings, one on the 13th, which was a business development meeting, one on the 14th, which was the quality of life meeting. They're both at 8 AM. We had those both last week.
Jenny reported at COG a couple of things that might help Mike, that they're finalizing their marketing plan for the coming year. And that'll include social media and streaming videos and the website content as a whole, the warrencountypa.com, not gov. And that they are starting a blog and a newsletter in the coming months as well.
What's gonna be in the newsletter?
Ask Savannah.
Yeah.
There.
Newsletters attributed to like local industry spotlights. They're spotlighting individual, like a community highlight person. And then each newsletter Jen will pull out a feature of one of the pillars. So business, culture,
Be a monthly.
actual spotlight, bi-monthly newsletter with monthly blogs. And the blog for the first one has gone out. The first newsletter has also gone out. Antonetta Lindell was the first blog. Second one, he's soliciting other ones to go after. So if you know somebody, Jenny's putting a call out there that you think would be worthy of a feature or a spotlight, definitely reach out to her. But to Mike's point, two subcommittees had meetings last week. Good conversations came out of them. So, but they're open to the public and highly encourage anybody to attend.
And they're still rotating, right? Like 1 month or in the morning, 1 month or in the evenings. And they can attend via Zoom.
You can attend via Zoom. We have a lot of people that participate that way.
Yeah, anything to add either one of those subcommittee meetings?
Nothing pressing, I suppose.
Yeah.
I know the Visitor Bureau has the logo on their stuff now.
They actually-
Lisa
this
Card
girl actually-
mentioned that.
Yes, they use the.
Hmm. New regime, new changes, but that's
Works out.
good.
okay, any questions on any of the committee update piece?
No.
Also have access to all the department reports. Any questions for the department heads for the end of the meeting? Okay. Last piece of business, anybody want to make a motion?
So moved. Nay, I move to adjourn.
Second.
This meeting is adjourned.